Notice how they mention an archer bending his bow and a destroying wind all in the same three verses. They're making them both synonymous with each other, because throughout the scriptures, these nuclear missiles are referred to as arrows, flying swords, what have you. But now I'm going to go to Isaiah 13, verse 17 through 18. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against her, and the Medes are referring to the Russians, who are biblically known as the Medes, Gog, in the north country, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. No peace treaties or anything will be able to placate these Russians, or these Medes, or Gog, or this north country from not destroying Babylon the Great with these nuclear missiles. Their bows, again mentioning those bows, also shall dash the young men to pieces. What did it say back in Jeremiah? Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Once these nuclear missiles are shot, men, women, and children of all walks of life and all races are going to be destroyed in Babylon the Great. And the only people that are going to be saved from this are the elect of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the confusion of face Israelites that may look at like these other nations being beamed up in those chariots. And the only way that can happen is if the Most High has called you to this word, and you're doing whatever you can to make your calling and election sure. If you're a man going out on the highways and byways preaching this word, as well as putting up these video epistles, or if you're an Israelite woman cleaving unto an Israelite man, so you can be his wife and be beamed up on those chariots with him. Now I'm going to go to Jeremiah 50, verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations, back in Jeremiah, and I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about an assembly of great nations from the north country, Russia, those Medes, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows, those nuclear-tipped ICBMs, shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. And as I always mention, you got to remember, when these prophets saw these visions thousands of years ago, they didn't know what a nuclear missile was. So they described it the best they could with what they knew existed at the time. Bows and arrows, swords, spears, chariots, what have you. And as I said earlier, that assembly of great nations is not just going to be the enemies of the U.S., such as Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea, but the allies of the U.S. as well, which are going to turn against it, such as Britain, France, Germany, Japan, and South Korea. And once those 200 million nuclear missiles hit Babylon the Great, as it says in Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19 through 20, and Babylon, the glory of the kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, an uninhabitable, desolate wasteland. And how was that ancient Sodom and Gomorrah overthrown? By fire and brimstone. And this modern Sodom and Gomorrah is going to be destroyed by modern fire and brimstone, those nuclear-tipped ICBMs. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, a desolate wasteland that only desert creatures are going to inhabit. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. And from this precept alone, it should let you know that this isn't talking about ancient Babylon, because ancient Babylon, which is in Iraq, is still inhabited by people unto this day. I'm going to go to this article on Wikipedia about ancient Babylon and go to this picture, which says, partial view of ruins of Babylon from Saddam Hussein's summer palace. So that this means that when Saddam Hussein was alive, inhabiting the land, he was viewing the partial ruins of Babylon. What do we have here? A Humvee, showing that people are still clearly inhabiting where ancient Babylon was. And I'm pretty sure somewhere in this whole area, an Arabian's pinching his tent. So as you can see, brothers, with each passing day, we're getting closer and closer to our salvation from this final wicked captivity. So just push this word as hard as you can so you can endure until the end and make your calling and election sure to be safe from this coming destruction. And as always, I hope this video was edifying. I'm going to say a Baba Ball, Kwam Yasharala. Till next time, Shalom.